what kind of letter of recommendation should I be looking for? And how did you pick your recommenders? I also see we had a related question in the chat, so I'll just throw this out there for the four of you to consider. Someone asked, can I use an old letter of recommendation from my former professor, or do I need a new letter? I'll just jump in quickly and say that we do request that there are new letters. If you're going to be using a previous recommender, that's fine. If you have a great relationship with them, we absolutely recommend you do that. However, we would like them to know that you're applying for the Fulbright program and would like to hear their specific feedback on your application in that regard.
For this recommendation part, I believe you should choose your recommenders, like choose people who know you well and can speak to your abilities, achievements, and character. And like Mahmoud said, ideally, those people need to be like from a variety of contexts, like academic recommendation, professional recommendation. And I believe that these people should be able to comment on your qualifications for the specific Fulbright opportunity you are applying for. Like the Fulbright teaching, or like a master's, an MBA, a PhD, they need to be able to comment on your qualifications for that specific thing you are applying for. So it should not be like a general recommendation. The recommendation needs to speak about you specifically. And I think most importantly, your recommenders should be able to comment on your potential for success in an international setting, because you are pursuing a like graduate studies in abroad, like an international environment. Are you able to adapt to that international environment? Because you will be away from home, away from your culture, your friends, your family. Your recommenders need to be able to speak about your personal qualities, like adaptability and resilience.
One mentioned earlier, you have to choose recommenders that can highlight different skills that you have. So in my case, because music therapy is a combination of music and of psychology and therapy. So one of my recommenders was my music teacher. So I asked her to highlight my music skills. So who is Malak as a musician? And my second recommender was my psychology and music therapy professor. And she highlighted my skills as a psychology student and as a therapist. And my third recommender was my manager, because I was working as a music therapist at that time. So she highlighted my skills as a therapist and as a team member, because it was like I was working in an interdisciplinary team. So she was able to highlight these skills.
That fits perfectly along the lines of highlighting different aspects of your application, and it really fleshes out that you're multifaceted.
And I would also insist on trying to make your references diverse. Pick one in each to highlight each aspects of your, let's say, skills, as Malak just said. For me, I had one academic reference, who was a professor of mine. The other was a research advisor, and the last recommender was my boss at work. So it was just like three different types of references, and each one of them tried to make sure to highlight the skills that I was consistently proving in that role that I was doing. So again, it's trying to further enhance your application by proving that the skills that you've mentioned in your resume and your application that are true, and they can surely tell the Fulbright committee about it.
Here in Morocco, our second language is French. We are taught in French, so most of our professors are not that fluent in English. So you might want to look into some of the professors that are pretty proficient in the language, because I would say I had some difficulties finding the right candidate for that. Fortunately, I have one of my professors who I have like 2 or 3 years in undergrad, who's pretty proficient in English.